everyone, this is Rebecca Jane from Yoga with Rebecca Jane. Welcome to our beginners and seniors yoga class. Today we're going to continue on burning the fat. If you're interested in losing some weight, this will be a very good class for you. We'll be actually using a ball today. This is the Pilates ball, which is comes deflated, and you blow it up, and you just bring it to about 3/4 of the inflation, or inflate it only about 3/4 of the way, so it's squishy, because you're going to use it for your feet and your hands. You don't need one of these. You can always get a wrapped up towel and use that instead. So don't feel like you have to do this. Use the ball if you do this class. And then we have weights and things like that. But let's just get started, and I'll take you through this class. So sit up nice and tall, find your comfortable seat. Just take your extra flesh from underneath the sit bones. Then sit up nice and tall. Find that tall spine. Let your eyes close for a moment, or look to the ground with a soft gaze. And we're going to start with simply watching how the breath begins to move into your belly or into your tummy, in and out. Let the tummy expand, and then draw it in. Just connect, making yourself more aware of how the breath moves. This is belly breathing, which is a diaphragmatic breath, and it helps to relax you, calm you down, but at the same time heats up your body. Let's take ourselves away for 30 minutes, away from all your troubles, away from all your problems. Just put all those things aside, as if you have a bag full of problems and concerns and worries, and just put it away for the time being. And you can always pick it up when you're finished, and that's important. Inhale, lift your shoulders up and roll them back. Loosen up those shoulders. Let's do that again. Inhale up and roll back. Inhale up and roll back. Let's do a few little neck stretches to the right and then to the left. Inhale back up and then to the right. Inhale back up and then to the left. Let's take the arms out to the sides. Reach your arms up. Breathe in, cut really tall as you can, and exhale, float the hands down. If you can't reach your arms up all the way, just bring them up in front of you, maybe towards as high as your chest. Inhale, lift, and exhale down. Inhale, lift, and exhale down. This time you're going to inhale, lift, bring the hands together above the head, but in a prayer position. So in other words, your fingers are touching, and you're going to bring your elbows down until the hands are hovering above the head. So this reminds me of I Dream a Genie type of arms. And then from here, I want you to just push the hands back up, straighten them. You can do this in front of you as well. Not fully straighten, because this is hard to straighten them fully, and then bring them back down just above the head. You can even kind of touch the head and lift back up. Breathe in and breathe out. Working our arms. Now from here, I want you to keep the hands just above the head, and take a breath in and just twist. Keep your head in line with the center of your chest. You can place your hands on the head. I think that's a little bit easier. Or in front of your chest. And then inhale and then exhale to the left. Twisting your spine, the upper part of your spine. And then lift the arms back up. Open the arms. Just shake them out. Now, take your arms out to the sides. Bring your right arm, cross it over your left arm. See if you can get your hands as close to your shoulder blades as possible. Hug, 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 hug. This is a way to hug, to give yourself some love, but also it's a great stretch for your back. So what I want you to do here is lift your elbows a little bit higher, and then bring the elbows in towards your tummy. So you're rounding. I'll spin around so you can see. Inhale and then up. Lift. Let's do this a few more times, concentrating mostly on the upper back, and bring the elbows in. Inhale up and exhaling down. This time, inhale, lift the arms to center. Remember, whatever the top arm is, you want to just switch. So I said left, so now left arm on top, if you followed me. And then take your hands and scoot them back behind you, see if you can grab hold of those shoulder blades. And we're going to do the same thing. Elbows down, and inhale back up. And maybe a tiny little arch of the back, and then down, and inhale up. So not yet fat burning, just stretching and warming up your spine. We'll get there, but we are creating some toning. So that's toning and fat burning, the two go hand in hand. And elbows in, and then lift the elbows up, and then open the arms out to the sides, and see how that feels. And let's do just a few little rocks from side to side. Let the arms dangle. You don't need to do anything. If you did want to add on, you can take your weights and hold on to your weights. You can always come down, pick up your weights, and do it that way from side to side. We will incorporate some weights in a moment. And what's nice about it's nice to have, if you're following me on a regular basis, to have like a few little props that I have next to you. Ones you probably wouldn't have, you could always find something at home to use instead, like little water bottles for your weights. The ball is a little bit different, but they're very cheap, but if you don't have one, again, just a rolled up towel. And let's just let the arms soften down. Okay, so a few cats and cows. I'll swing around so you can see me. Let's warm up the spine, and we're going to also do some circles. So inhale forward and exhale back. Just a few without the ball, then you're going to put the ball between your legs. Let's do another 2 sets. And as we begin to move a little faster, the faster you go, obviously the more calories you burn, but also the slower you go, the more muscle you use. So either one is you're going to get something out of it. Ball between the legs, or that scrunched up thick towel, and then take an inhale, lean forward. It's just something you need to squeeze your legs into, so that you engage your inner thigh muscles. Let's press back. Now, you can add on to this if you'd like. You could use your arms, you can reach the arms back, so your hands are arms forward, and then lift the arms up as you come forward, or keep your hands on your thighs. Now, you could go a little bit faster than me, you can go a lot slower than me, or do exactly what I'm doing. And every time, just keep the ball squeezing as you're rocking back and forth. But when you lean back, make sure you pull the tummies in, and then inhale the bellies, those tummies soften, and then back and forward. Now, from here, you're going to squeeze, you're going to lean back, and imagine you have a big ball between your arms, or you have your hands on your knees. You're going to twist to the left, then inhale back to center, stay with that curved stomach, and then to the right. And then inhale back to center, lift the arms up, or keep your hands on your knees. And then release back, big ball in your arms, twist to the left, so you have your hands on your thighs, inhale back to center, either hands up or hands on your thighs, inhale back to center, lift up. That's the hands on the thighs, it's just shake, bring the shoulders up and bring them down, bring them up and bring them down. Come onto the toes, lift them up and bring them down, shoulders and toes up together and down together. Inhale up, exhale down. Squeeze that ball or that towel between the legs, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale up and down. Okay, take the ball from between the legs. Take the ball between your ankles, so that you can also place no ball, no towel, or put the towel between it. Now, I want you to lean back a little bit, but not necessarily leaning on the back of the chair. Hands on the edges of the chair, and I want you to take your toes, that are pointing forward and turn them slightly on an angle so that your knees turn out. Knee issue people, keep the knees forward, okay? Toes are pointed and we're doing a little circle. So you have to, oh actually, you know what works? Lean back, but you know, just a little bit back. And do these circles so your back is touching the back of the chair. Keeping the tummy strong, round and round. You can do tiny little circles with the knees bent. That still works your stomach. I can still feel it. But or keep the legs straight. So this is option 2, or the straight legs, option 1, or the bent legs. And then circle keep circling in the other direction. Do one more to the right, 2 more, and then 2 more to the left. I'm saying this fast because this is tougher than I thought. And then place the feet down. Just settle down on your thighs. Place your forearms on your thighs. Drop your head, take a pause, breathe in. Keep the breath moving the whole time. This is how we boost our metabolism. It's about breathing continuously through the session, taking deep breaths in through the nose and deep breaths out through the nose or the mouth. Now, lift back up. Now, just pat your legs for a second, feet, because we're going to be working on thighs again. Lots of thigh work. You're going to lean back again, lift your legs up, and knees up and down. Tap. Knees up, your legs are squeezing towards each other. You don't need the ball for this. You can just squeeze the legs together, lift up, and tap down. And if you want a little bit more support, where you feel a little bit more at ease, let your arms dangle on the back of the chair and lift it that way. This way you're not using as much back of your back. If you want a little extra, level 2, don't hang over the back of the chair. Use a lot of core. That's a little bit harder. 2 levels here. Woo! And you thought this was easy, right? Everything, you can simplify everything. You can actually just keep your feet on the ground and just sit with your toes on the floor. That could be enough to work your leg muscles. You don't have to lift. And then lift and lower. And one more time, lift and then lower. Take the ball from between the ankles. Let's just take a moment here, resting on our thighs. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay, we're going to, from here, lift up, but lift up with using your tummy muscles, the bottom muscles, the glutes, and your thigh muscles to lift off the chair rather than just getting up. So lean forward and then slowly lift all the way up. As you lift up, draw the tummy in, lift, 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 up nice and tall. You can sit still in everything we do. I'm going to spin the chair around. We're going to, so we'll end up using the back, but you can do anything on the chair that we do standing. We're going to do just a few little, we're going to do some aerobic, just simple aerobic exercises. Just stand here with your feet open. You can sit on the chair and just bounce yourself. And just let your arms swing. So all you're doing here is bouncing, lifting your heels up, your knees are bent. There's not just a slight bend, it's significant bend. So that and then just forward and backwards, as if your feet are glued to the ground and you're trying to walk, you're trying to get away, and then just keep going, keep going. If this hurts your knees in any way, just do a walking exercise instead. So chair people on the chair, you can just lift one leg up at a time and do it that way. It's all about just moving, 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 moving. And then just shake those knees out. Just a little bit of sways from side to side with the knees. You can bring the legs closer or hip distance apart. And I want you to take your knees to the right, knees to the left, knees to the right. Now, as you do this, you're picking your heels up, okay? You can do this sitting again. You can do this holding onto the chair. You can now add on using the arms, twisting. Inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling, and one more time, inhale and exhaling. Let's shake our legs out, circle our ankles. And let's just flip that right leg forward, and then take your left leg in as well. Let's do some hip work. So we're doing our figure eights, and then we'll move into hula hoop hips. Always know you can support yourself by facing the back of the chair and holding on and doing these hips that way. Or one hand or no hands, hands on the hips. If you want to add a little bit more, use your arms, either rotate them or with the arms reaching up, or do some just shoulders. Figure eights, doesn't matter what it looks like. Loosen up those hips, loosen up that waist. And then forward rolls of the shoulders. Let's see if we can go, either you go slower than me, a little bit in between, or go a little faster. And then let's come back up. Just shake those legs out, shake those legs out, shake the arms out, shake, the shake. Now we're going to cross the feet in front, one foot in front of the other, and just flip your arms as if you have excess water. You've just washed your hands and you're flicking your hands, flicking. Let the breath out. You can flex the foot now if you weren't already. Flex, so you tap the heel. Now, back, back, back. So you're tapping behind you, tapping behind you, tapping behind you, tapping behind you, tapping. Let's do this a few more times. I like this one. And now, just shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Shake it out, shake it out. Always shaking out these legs and arms. Okay, hula hoop. Just circle around. Start with the hands on the hips or hands on the chair. Little circles, round and round. Just remember, we'll do the opposite in a moment. Now, if you want to add on to this, you can reach your arms up. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring the hands down back to the hips. Now we're going in the other direction. So if you were going left, now you go right, or whatever the opposite is for you. Hands on the hips. And then arms up maybe. Maybe not. And circle, and circle, and circle. And then release. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. You're wondering, is this yoga? Not all of it. Okay. So what we're going to do now, we're going to come into our warrior two pose, where your right foot's in line with the middle of the back foot. Your left hand can just hold on to the back of the chair. If you're on the chair, you sit across like this. Yeah? Options, options, options. For everyone can do this. Reach your arms out. Now we're working our arms, strengthening our legs, an all body strengthener. From here, I want to make sure your right knee's just above the ankle. If it's beyond, that's not good for your knee. You have a chance of actually causing injury to your knee. Flip the whole arm up, so the palm's up. Straighten the leg, reach the arms up. Exhale, palms down, come back to your warrior two, original position. Spin the palms up, straighten. Exhale down. Now you can go slower. You can go my pace, or you can go faster. Just down, inhale up. So exhale down, inhale up. So exhale down, inhale up. down and up. And then from here, left hand on the chair, straighten your right leg, but keep it soft. Reach forward. One option. Second option, right hand on the thigh, left hand on the hip. Third option, right hand below the knee or the thigh, left arm up. Or, you can't touch the chair like this. This is so there's several options here. And breathe. You'll keep the breath moving and then lift up nice and tall. Left hand back on the chair. Reach your arm forward and turn your right toes forward. Let the arm shake. And if you can do this, heel, toe together. And just shake it. Okay, other side. Left foot forward. I know I sometimes go fast, and by the time you get to turn around, turn your chair, I'm already halfway through. So just take a moment. Okay, now we're ready for our warrior two on this side. So you can see my feet. Make sure, just look down. Left foot is pointing forward, right foot is flat on the ground, slightly turned at about a 45-degree angle. They're in line with each other, as if you have a tightrope and you're on that tightrope. Left knee not beyond the ankle. Always look at that. I see a lot of people with their knees beyond the ankle. That's not good for your knee. It's not. No yoga postures let you do that. Because it's you'll damage your kneecap or the tendons. Reach your arms out. Take a breath in. Spin the palms up and then straighten. Inhale, lift your arms up, straighten that front leg. Exhale, lower down, back to warrior two. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, lift. You can go slower, my speed, or go faster. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. We have 3 speeds, or maybe there'll be 4 or 5 speeds. Lift up and exhale down, and inhale, lift, and exhale down. One more time, inhale, lift. Keep your front leg straight. Take your right hand on the chair, and then soften that front knee. Not bent, but soft, or slightly bent, and then lean forward. Now that's number 1. Number 2, left hand on the thigh, right hand on the chair. Number 3, right hand lifts up. Number 4, you go a little bit lower than the kneecap, just below the kneecap. Unless you've been doing yoga a long time, then you can bring the hand even lower. Reach that right arm up to the ceiling. And then lift back up. Turn the left toes forward. Hands on the hips. So you're going to turn the toes in. Toes in, heels in, toes in, heels in. Just shake it out. Okay, shake, 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 shake. And let's come back to the chair. We'll do a few little well actually come back to the ball, which you can use the towel as well. Just bunch up the towel. And really, why it's squishy like this is because you're squeezing it. So these are about, whatever part of the world you're in. In the UK, I think they're about 5 pounds. So maybe at the most $8 in the United States. So those 2. So what you're doing, but they'll last forever. And just squeeze. So what you're doing, you're working your fingers and your hands, your whole hand, your wrists, and you're just squeezing. So just keep walking up as if the ball is a rope or something that you're holding on to. Keep coming back, or a rock. You're climbing a mountain. Keep going up, keep going up, keep going up. Then down. Just one hand at a time, lift. One hand at a time, lift, 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 then down. So this feels like a little bit like rock climbing. Yeah? And then just shake out those wrists, shake out the wrists, shake out the wrists, loosen them up, shake out those knees. Now take the hands the ball. And now this is harder, obviously, with a towel, but you can still do something. Or you pretend, you rub your hands and you keep rolling. And then you roll up. And you can roll to just as high as the chest, or you could even go higher depending on how you can go as high as you want, depending on how your shoulders feel. If there's any limitations, then you don't go as high. The beauty of these classes, all these classes that I teach, they're for everyone. You could be actually any age. Well, I say seniors, but you could be 12. Not really 12, the 18 and above. Okay, so just now I want you to take the ball, and as if you're going to slide your hands on the ball. So you bring the ball towards that right wrist and then slide it to the other wrist. I don't know if that makes sense. So you're taking your hands and you're sliding them on the ball, but working your hands now. I don't even know how to describe this, what this movement reminds me of. But back and forth, you're going to feel lots of activity on the shoulders, or the upper arms, and then lower down. Ball is finished. Take the ball to the side. So what we just did there, if you're wondering what we did, we're just taking the ball and we're doing, suppose I feel like I'm molding clay. Yeah, that's what it feels like. And you're doing it with a ball or not. So you're doing this, yeah? Okay, take your hands on your thighs. Let's do a few just circles. Lean down, spinal circles. Lean forward and then circle all the way around, round, until you come back again. We're staying on the right side, or the side you just started. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, circle all the way around. Inhale forward and circle. And let's come forward again, and let's go in the opposite direction all the way around. Take an inhale and exhale, circle. And inhale and exhale, circle. I have to say, you worked hard. If you did everything we did, this is a perfect amount of time to just get ourselves to, a little bit of a good exercise to get us day started or at the end of the day. Inhale, reach your arms up, and then exhale, lower them down. Try and get a full inhalation all the way up until the fingers touch. Breathing through the nose and exhale, lower down. If you get stuck, suck up some air. Just go. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. And this time, inhale, lift. And let the hands come together. Float the hands down to your heart. Pause right in front of your heart. This is the place of love. This is what we did earlier. We hugged ourselves, right? Sent all this love towards ourselves. Just take a moment here. Just feeling in. And just noticing how you're feeling. How do you feel? A little sweaty? Are you a little bit warmer? Are you feeling... Has your mood improved? Do you feel a little bit more energized? And knowing that whenever you're struggling with something, you have lots of worries, concerns, or even not a lot, just enough. Imagine yourself putting those in a bag, putting it out the door, and periodically just putting them aside. Not having them with you all the time. Find ways to distract yourself from the worries every so often, and then you'll be able to deal with them a lot easier. So let's take a breath in and exhale. As we close our class for today, this is Rebecca Jane from Yoga with Rebecca Jane. And if you want more of these classes, which I record almost every day, just there's on the left-hand side, there's a subscribe button. All you have to do is go click on it, and you'll get notifications of more of my classes. Comment, let me know the things you want, the things you like, the things you would prefer. That it helps me as a teacher. Thank you for being with me. Namaste, everyone. I'll see you soon.